Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining me again at Artfully Amused Studios. Today I want to share with you a couple of projects that I did as part of a gift for a beautiful young lady named Gabriela, and she is the daughter of a good friend of mine, and it was her Quinceañera, which is equivalent for like the sweet 16s in the American culture. And so yeah, so I put together these two albums for her that I wanted to share with you. These projects are mainly done with the 49 and Market Art Options Viken collection. Most of the products that you're going to see are straight from that collection. There are a few items here or there that I did use from my stash. So let's get started. We'll start with the big one first. So I'll move this one off screen. And so this is the 49 and Market Foundations envelope album that comes completely in white. And I went ahead and I took this and completely dressed it up. And I've got my little handmade logo there that I added. This is the fabric tape, one of the fabric tapes that come in the collection. And then you'll see that it opens up. It looks like a little envelope. It's super cute, and I used the collection papers throughout. Most of these embellishments are from the collection as well. This is from a die from my stash, this Dream. This is a rub-on, or a couple of rub-ons from the 12 by 12 rub-on collections, and then some of the ephemera pieces. And this has got the most beautiful colors. So I really enjoyed putting this together. It's going to be a little hard to record all the different pieces, so I'll be moving it back and forth just because of the sheer size of the item itself. So this here is the intro. When you open it up, this is the first page you see. It says right here, right now, and these are actually rub-ons from the 6x8 collection. I think this one might be from the 12x12, but it's essentially from the same collection. This is actually from Tailored Expressions, and it's a Baroque pocket cutout die that I used for that. And then this is the one and only beautiful Gabriela, and this is filmed with her and her mother's permission to show on screen. Because I always find it difficult that you see these beautiful albums, but you never know what they look like when they have pictures in them. And so I thought it would be extra special to be able to also highlight my beautiful young friend here. And you know, I'll put her Instagram in the comments so that you guys can get to know Gabby if you want to. Fabulous Gabs, as I call her. And so this is just a little tag type thing, like a little folio thing that I made to tuck into this spot, just to give this page some interest, but keep it simple, so it wasn't too bulky for closing. Left this one pretty simple because you're going to get another big piece of interest here. So this is a folio, a 49 and Market Essentials folio, Foundations folio as well, that I've dressed up, and I'll show you that. This is the other inside portion of the album, of the Foundations album itself. It's this piece and then these pieces, and then all of this is added on top. So we'll start with this. So again, just part of that beautiful paper collection, and then rub-ons from the collection as well. And I used this die cut, which is also from Tailored Expressions, the Baroque collection. You tell they're very similar, so it's part of the reason I used them together. And this turns into kind of like a little vellum gate you open up, and you see that beautiful picture of her professional pictures at the park. Again, trying to keep this part here very flat because this is where a lot of the magnets are, and the closure is quite tight already. And if you bulk these pages up too much, you won't be able to close the album afterward. And then let's go ahead and go to the opening here. Okay, and like every sweet 16s or quinceañera, it's a process to find a dress. So I really wanted to include part of her journey to find this beautiful lilac dress that she ended up wearing. And what I did is I just took this is actually from like some kind of dollar store item that I found that really matched the colors and it matched the butterfly theme that she had. So I loved this, and I just kind of like added magnets and put some paper in the back just to hide the magnets, and it closes the little flaps that I created here. And so when you open this, you'll see this is Gabriella's dress journey. So while she was getting all these fittings done and going to all these places to see these dresses, her mom would send me pictures of the different dresses that she tried on, and these are some of the ones I was able to put together that I had in my WhatsApp. And then of course in the middle we've got the showcase of the fitting where she fell in love with this beautiful dress that you'll see more of in the pictures. And this is just a piece of vellum paper to prevent the pictures from sticking. So that's the journey. And then we'll slide here to this main section. And again, this is another folio. I think this is the folio. I have the names of the products. I can post them in the comments box below, but this is the main one that I started with, and this is one of the embellishments from the packs, and this is where I really fell in love with this project. This is a magnet that you take off just to hold the pages together, and you just pick it up and it releases that, and it's got this gold rub on that I found with the crown that I loved. And then in the back you have another picture of Fabulous Gabs, and you have this section here that you open up, and there you go. And this is actually from the paper collection, the 12 by 12 collection. And what I did was I just snipped around the image of those flowers and tucked the picture in, so it really became part of the page. Okay, and then each flap has these three beautiful pictures. And again, just some vellum to keep the pictures from sticking to each other. And then you fold this way, and you have a couple pockets here in case you wanted to tuck something in. Into this area, and also on this side. So these are matched. These are from like an edge punch set that I have, like an old punch set where I just put the paper in and punch the edges. And this is part of the fabric tape as well. One of the other fabric tapes that I used from the collection. And then you just you put my vellum back to protect those pictures, and bloop, there you go. It just pops back into place. And then I'm gonna move this up higher because it just keeps going. And you see the next section of this folio. And this is kind of like a pocket closure that I put together. And I really love this just striking blue frame. This came in the embellishments, bits and pieces or something like that. It's called pack. And I just gave it a little bit of gold in the inside there and on the edges, a little bit of gold ink, metallic gold ink, to antique it a little bit and tie it into this. And then here you go, he's got another big picture there with the gold edges. And what this does is it really holds closed these flaps, but this opens up and voila, more pictures. So this album has a ton of pictures actually. And so there she is, lovely, as you've seen. And I believe she did her own makeup for the pictures. She's very talented. And then this is the page that gave me the most trouble, but I think it was so worth it. It's got like a pop-up mechanism with 10 pictures just on this page alone. And you can see the different some of the different poses at the different, the location. And this just like folds down. This one's tricky to close, so this one gave me the sweats when I was putting it together. And that closes up like that. And then I'll move this just a little bit further. All right. And I'm going to move that vellum up. And so this is the next one. A beautiful highlight picture there with a gold frame that's also a cutout. It's got vellum on the background that I cut in and put in. This is from it's called a Textures collection, and I got it from Craft Stash, US, and they have the most incredible stuff. You might want to look into them as well. I'll try to link them as well. And then this was part of the ephemera pack as well, and this is the same rub-on pack that I used for the letter G with the crown. And then you open it, and you've got a little bit of a different. Oh, I don't know why. There we go. Just releasing that. You've got a couple of pictures here with some little corners from the same collection as this one here in the front. So this and these corners came from that same Textures collection, and I just tucked those in there. And then I did the same technique here with the cutting of the around the elements that were on the paper already, just so I could tuck that picture in and kind of make it more part of the page. Oh, there we go. And you got another fold out here. So the same technique here with the cutout of those beautiful leaves, and here as well. And this picture is actually supposed to be backwards, guys. It was not a mistake, I promise. And then this is getting really hard to record. My space is super limited, but I'll shift this over just a little bit so you can see. And then the same technique here with the, this actually took quite a while to hand cut, but I think it was so worth it. It really brings everything together. So I was really glad I took the extra time to do that and then to just put the picture on top. I'm gonna close this up. And oh, that one's getting anxious. It's dying to get out in the world. And then you just roll it all up, and it's got magnets, so it holds as long as you don't overstuff it, which is what I was worried I was going to end up doing. Put this out of the way, and then we'll come over to this side. And so this is the other folio, and this one's got a magnet here too, so it's got a pretty good closure. Again, as long as you don't overstuff it. And so this has, this is a double pocket, and these are actually two separate pockets that you could use independently in different pages, but I really like the idea of making it look a little bit like an envelope, kind of like the album itself. And she can take this, and she could either, you know, tuck them like this or tuck it like this, kind of like I have. And she can tuck another picture here. I really like that there. And then we get to the flaps that open up and down. And so this is the first flap that opens up, and these are actually metal photo corners. They were also quite a challenge to build into the paper. And let me tell you guys, the 49 in Market paper is incredibly sturdy. It is such a strong paper. I can tell you, like, these pages, these flaps here, I made only of the paper. Like, it doesn't have the white backing like the rest of the album does, and they're just as solid. So you could potentially make your own mechanisms with this paper and feel very comfortable that it's not going to fall apart. Actually, when you combine the paper with the white, it makes it very thick. So it does already consume quite a bit of your room to expand. So this is the top portion. This is from the ephemera pack. This is from the ephemera pack, the little tag, and they have the coolest ephemera. This collection is really beautiful, and I love that it looks like watercolor. And you can even use the packaging. It's so impressive. And so those are two with just a frame from the ephemera pack. These are from the ephemera pack, some ripped up, torn up scraps that I had that I inked. A little sentiment from the ephemera pack. And then you've got a twinning page with one of the busier papers, so I didn't do too much to that one because I felt like the flowers made it pretty enough and I didn't want to overload it. Here's another beautiful page. I just did a little bit of the lace. Again, this comes in this is one strip, actually. This comes as one strip, and actually the other piece of this strip is in the front behind the stamp in the front of the album. But I just added this. I snipped it in half. Actually, I snipped it a little bit longer than the pictures, and then I had that little extra, and then I just put that sentiment also from the ephemeras. And then this one's another one that was I left pretty plain because it's very heavy on the background. And this is just another embellishment from the ephemera pack. Oh, and this is the last page on this flap. And again, just a sentiment on a little tag that was there just to give it a little bit more. And I think it just brings in a little bit of a pop without so much, without making it too heavy. And then here we've got the bottom. So again, the metal clips, photo clips. It's the first time I used them too. They were a bit of a challenge to figure out how to work properly. The center here, when you open the two flaps, you've got more spaces for photos. As you can see, that she's got one with her mom cutting the cake. That's actually her after dress, which was gorgeous in real life. That is my most handsome 13-year-old. And he was so embarrassed to take a picture with a 15-year-old girl at her party. But he looked so handsome. He looked like my little James Bond. That's her doing the candle ceremony with her mom and her dad. Let's see. This is her brother Daniel. And this is the entry when she was coming, when you would come into the ballroom, and the table decorations. So as you can see, it was an enchanted forest themed event. So she's got some space there to add more pictures if she wants. And then we get to the bottom section here. Let me put my vellum back so I don't forget. And again, I did the same waterfall element in reverse, and I made these myself out of the cardstock itself. And this is really one of my favorite pictures. It's got a magnet in here so that it doesn't flap open by itself, same as I did on that one. This is really a very pretty picture. And again, some ephemera pieces with some sentiments that came in those packets. Here you've got, this is the fabric tape, a piece of a scrap that I tore up, artistically tore up. We've got some ephemera pieces with the butterflies. Butterflies were big in the theme of the party as well. The forever, because she will be forever amazing. Another double layout with the lace that also came in the ephemera pack. And actually, I think this is the one that's in the front, but under the stamp. I apologize. With this beautiful sentiment, unforgettable, because these are unforgettable moments. Another pretty simple layout just to let the pictures kind of take center stage. And this is the opposite of the other ephemera I used in the other waterfall mechanism. And look at that dress, guys. I mean, that's just, it's beautiful. And again, more of those words from the ephemera packet. And I love how, like, she's got like this, she does like the very serious kind of look. Look at that. She's like movie ready. And again, with the really pretty floral backgrounds, and the dress is just, it's just gorgeous. And I think she was actually climbing like a little hill that they had at the park where they did the pictures there. So really, really beautiful dress. It suited her very, very well. And so we're gonna go flip up. How does it go again? Flip up. I'm missing something. It's this way. It's no, yeah, it's this way. I feel like I'm missing an ephemera. I'm missing a piece of my. Ah, here it is. Oh. It's just really important to protect the pictures so that they don't stick to each other. There we go. It also gives it kind of like a gauzy look when you open it. It's like, oh, it's gauzy and it's a little bit delicate. And so that's it. Like I said, this is a folio pack, and I didn't even use the whole thing. This is a folio pack. This was my construction. This is the base that comes with the album. These are dies for kind of like background for card making. This is just a piece of tulle I threaded into it and glued it to the back. And then you just fold it back. And then this is a solid, not a solid, but it's this green paper. And I just used a big rub-on in the background here from the 12 by 12 rub-on pack. And it just made such a huge difference because it looked kind of plain. And like that, when you open, you've got that floral element. When you open it, it's just much more impactful, I think. And here's a little piece of lace. I love these faux stamps that come in here. It's just gorgeous. And I paired it with like some butterflies and flowers and some leaves here. So that's the main album. And then I'll show you the second volume. And